right, hello wine-drinking people. Today is Friday, August 27th. That's right, folks. Tonight is our big vintage Australian tasting. Been licking my chops thinking about this one all week. And some great Australian stuff will go down tonight. And then we've got a week off next week. We don't have one event on the schedule. I don't know what the heck I was thinking when I planned out the first week in September, but usually it's a little slow with the kids just getting back to school, so I figure I'm going to need a little time off to get things together here for the holidays, too. Good time for me to regroup. And we got a lot of great events coming at you in the month of December. The Bride event on the 10th is already sold out, so check out our calendar of events going through September into October. A lot of great tastings on there. And a lot of the stuff like the event tonight in the store usually sell out way ahead of time because we only have 16 seats for our events here in the store. All right, well, what have I got to sell you today? Today, we've got one of the top red wines made in California. Jess Jackson's top wine, Cardinale. Actually, this started out as a Kendall Jackson wine. If you remember back in the mid-'80s when Cardinale was first released, it was actually from Lake County. I think the very first vintage of this wine, what was to be the premier red in the Kendall Jackson, the crown jewel of the Kendall Jackson empire. From Lake County? Are you kidding me? Well, the first couple vintages were actually a blend of Napa and Sonoma juice. The idea was to have the greatest Cabernet Sauvignon made in California. So at that time, there were some pretty good Cabernet vineyards up in Lake County. There's always been great Cabernet vineyards in Sonoma, well, at least since the 70s. I shouldn't say always because they used to grow Riesling, Zinfandel, and things like that. Those were the popular grapes. It was just not until just recently that Cabernet even became really popular in California. But when this wine was first conceived, they felt some of the top vineyard sites were located in places other than Napa Valley. Well, that's changed. And as I mentioned before, I think in an earlier email this week, Napa Valley is Eden if you're a Cabernet grape. They truly do make the best Cabernet in California, in Napa Valley. And they do have great examples from other places. But today, Cardinale is 100% from Napa Valley. And it's from different vineyard sites from year to year, because Jess Jackson does own a lot of prime vineyards throughout Napa, Sonoma. He owns Cambria down south, one of his earlier acquisitions, the Tepesquet Vineyard. And speaking of Cambria, we got big bottles of Cambria Chardonnay on sale for $20. And this is one of their single vineyard Chardonnays. What an incredible value. They're from the 2006 vintage. We're going to get a picture of these up here for you thrown in there. But a great little value to kind of complement our big money wine today, because Cardinale ain't cheap, baby. It's always been killer, but it's never been cheap. And this wine has won several taste-offs throughout the course of its existence. I believe the first vintage was 83, and then the 85 was the first one that really caught our attention. The old founder of the store, Jim Turner at the Wine News, picked that as his number one wine in the Wine News that year, 1989 or whenever it was. And ever since then, Cardinale has been on a roll. They have produced some of the greatest wines under this label in Napa and Sonoma. But today, like I said, just Napa. They bought the old Robert Pepper winery. Now they have their own winery there. And as I mentioned before, this wine is a blend of select vineyard sites throughout Napa. And we have it on sale for $175. And hey, it sold out at the winery. It got 100 points in the Wine Enthusiast. I know it ain't the Wine Spectator. I know it ain't Robert Parker. But it still got 100 points. And there's something about the lure of the perfect wine that has collectors clamoring for wines like this. So check it out on today's email, the 2006 Cardinale. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.